Yes people, what is good? I am BA, back once again with another reaction in the Fargo series. We have reached episode 4 and it is called Eating the Blame. Last episode, we saw Colin Hanks told by the officer in his department that he had to go and confess that he had let Billy Bob Thornton off that night, which led him to meet Miss Solverson. I still don't know her first name, but we might as well just call her Solver. She's the only one solving anything around here. So Colin Hanks went to the front desk and she quickly introduced herself to him. That led them to having a little meeting at dinner, and I feel like from this point on they're going to be working as a little team to get to the bottom of this. We also saw Solverson earlier in the episode go and visit Lester at his insurance place and purposely drop her file on the floor so he could see the photo of Billy Bob Thornton. She was waiting to see how he reacted, and the way he did, quickly shooing her out of the office, I think she definitely knows he is aware of who Billy Bob Thornton is. And speaking of Billy Bob Thornton, he managed to wriggle his way into convincing him to let him stay on his property when he's supposed to be getting to the bottom of who's blackmailing that guy, when he figured that out in one episode but now has joined the blackmail team and is trying to fuck with the guy. So the fact that he's now living on site just allows him all the possibilities in the world to further mess with a guy's head. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where the story goes from here. So without further ado, this is episode 4 of season 1, Eating the Blame. Let's check it out and see what it's saying to it. You know, I've heard this is based on a true story. Yeah, the text just backs up what I've heard. This must be true. I'd love to go there just now. It is December 24th as I record this, and it is a rainy crap Christmas in Scotland. I wish we were having a white Christmas like Minnesota probably has every year. I love snow.
What?
I bought a gas.
You bought gas?
$5 was all I had.
Idiot.
This has got to be one of the top 10 worst places you could run out of fuel though. We saw how long Naked Man lasted.
Hey! Here! Here! Wait!
Will they stop?
No, wait!
No, they will not.
Lord, let me get through this.
To be honest, if this guy only put $5 of gas in, it's his own fucking fault. It might have been all he had, but that should have been his top priority before he left, even if he had to siphon it. What was that he saw sticking out of the snow? It looked like a traffic cone or something. No fucking way. Is this gonna be full of money? Holy shit. Well, this guy better become a preacher or something, because God definitely answered his prayers there.
A baby in a car. Who doesn't stop for a baby in a car?
God is real.
Two very different mindsets in this moment.
God is real.
Was that him?
With the dead dog you mentioned too. Oofta. Sounds like a bad day.
Do you see any signs of tampering?
Is that the fitness instructor posing as a maintenance man? I don't know about Billy Bob using him for any of the schemes. This guy seems like the type that would fuck it all up.
And God sent a plague of blood upon the land. Better get right with the Lord. You know what I'm...
This is a strange plan. They're trying to play on his religious belief. Because he is religious and that has happened to him in the past, he might actually believe this as well. Billy Bob Thornton is like the Michael Myers of this show, always watching.
Yeah, hold your horses.
Shit. Unlike Solverson, I don't think he dropped that on purpose.
Follow up on a report, murdered canine at 1301 Bird Lane.
Can you call it a murder if it's a...
It's definitely a murder if you kill a dog, right?
3-9, car 3-9 responding. Over and out.
This might actually lead him back into direct contact with Billy Bob Thornton. Yeah, just as I was saying. Speak of the devil.
Okay, all good, see?
Put it down!
It's a new phone.
Now!
Is he going to stick to it this time, or is Billy Bob going to be able to talk his way out of this one as well?
Okay. Now the other one. Slowly.
Am I under arrest?
He's actually going to let him arrest him. Well, this is drastically different from the "There'll be dragons" speech before.
But first, come on, what's your head?
It's almost like it's his choice at this point, so I wonder why he chose to be passively arrested.
You're making a mistake.
I said quiet.
That's what you're going to say a couple hours from now.
Oh, here he goes. He's starting a speech.
Now I'm going to ink your right hand. Press each finger individually against the book.
He does now have a fake ID, so maybe he's relying on that.
Message received, young fella. You won't get no pushback from me.
I think he's playing the part of the Reverend.
I think we're looking at a big one.
What the heck?
That is a lot of pictures of Asian women with fishes. Don't know which police officer's into that, but that's quite a specific fetish.
The fella from Mr. Nygaard's car.
The driver?
Yeah, the one I let go.
There's got to be more to it than this. No way Billy Bob Thornton gets arrested like this.
Yeah, okay, so we've been putting in a lot of hours on the chief, but the weather service is tracking a big storm.
Oh man, this department is so terrible. I'm surprised I haven't seen her roll her eyes more often this series.
Fella driving Lester's stolen car. Deputy pulled him in an hour ago.
How come they called you?
She shouldn't have told him. She should have just went.
You said he was driving Lester's car. That's my case. Plus, Vern takes precedence.
Okay, but Chief?
Knutson, you're in charge till I get back.
That fish on the wall has a completely different connotation now that we've seen all the photos pop up with an Asian woman. I knew he was gonna go himself if she mentioned it to him. She should have just went by herself.
They leave it like that? You know the blood?
Yeah.
You could have cleaned it up yourself by now, Lester, for fuck's sake. That looks so badly infected. I know he had to leave the pharmacy in that moment because the lady cop showed up, but he should definitely have went straight to another one to get a thing which treats infections. This is not going to be good. Oh, it looks so fucked up, man. That could be turning very bad.
Widow Hess, her husband nice and cozy in the ground, insurance money on the way.
This is those two random organised crime guys again, isn't it? At least we get subtitles this time. Sideburns man deserved his dialogue to be subtitled. Didn't know that about Mormons. I'll add that to the weird Mormon fact list. By the way, some of my commenters were shocked that I haven't noticed Lou was also Wild Bill Hickok in Deadwood yet. It genuinely was the lack of a mustache. The man is a chameleon. I mean, he hasn't even nailed the wife yet, which I feel kinda bad for Lester about now. He at least deserves to nail the wife if he's gonna be killed. I've got a feeling this is going to be a forced confession through torture. Guy at the table had to take a double take at that jacket there. Oh yes, he is really wearing it.
You got 2 minutes.
Okie, thanks a lot, sir.
He's changed his whole body language and mannerisms and everything. Hey, a bearded dragon. I used to have a bearded dragon. They're so cool. He used to be called G, and I had to feed him live locusts a few times a week.
Well, let's figure this out together. Who knows you're at the pet store right now?
My mom.
Well, at least he lets his mum know when he's going pet shopping.
Well, there are 3 other pet stores in the city, so hit them all. I'm in jail. I'll be out in a few hours.
I get what he's doing. He's ordering that guy to buy locusts in order to enact the second part of the plague, to make the supermarket king again think this is some biblical shit.
I knew a Jay Peterson once. Had a dwarf arm.
I mean, you could have remembered something about his personality, but sure, dwarf arm is also good.
Yeah, this fella. It's kind of hard to see, though. It's grainy.
I don't know, it is pretty recognisable as Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah, Frank Peterson. I'm the minister up in Baudette. Go Bears.
He's believable. I would believe him.
I know the Lord tests you in all kinds of ways, but who, partner? That's a heart stopper.
Oh, he's killing it.
Deputy Grimley pulled his pistol, pointed it right at me, thought I was going to have a heart attack.
They're so dumb, they're gonna buy this shit as well. He will be out of here in no time.
I said, what, Minnesota's not cold enough for you? We had a good laugh about that.
He is so well researched, and this character is flawless. Why would you ever question it?
I don't hold a grudge against the deputy, though I'm lucky I had my nitroglycerin pills with me, I tell you. Oofda.
This is amazing.
Just pick a name out of the phone book. Everybody up there knows me. Yeah.
What is he going to do, though, if they do actually make a few calls and nobody knows him? How's he going to wrangle this part of the charade?
Gave me guff when I asked him if he had any pets.
Oh, yeah? Is it, this fella, maybe?
Yeah.
Damn, she's good. She is following up every little part of this.
You don't say. Okay.
I love the undertone of her scowling at him because she caught him pissing in her tank.
Lorne Malvo. He used it to check into a motel.
Lorne Malvo, huh?
That's probably just another fake name, though.
You're letting him go?
Desk duty 2 weeks.
No, just
3 weeks.
For You're making a mistake.
Oh, there it is. He promised him he'd be saying it.
I know it's him.
Negatory. We checked his story. It tracks.
Wait, he's lying.
How did he wrangle the phone call thing? That's the one thing I'm confused about.
Did you know the human eye can see more shades of green than any other color?
I did not. Thank you, Billy.
Hey, Lester.
They would have fooled me there as well. I had no idea Sideburns man was leaning over into the boot there. There's an undertone of computer pornography in this episode.
I'm in the trunk of a car.
What?
A car. In the trunk.
This is the John Wick excuse. His brother has always wanted to break out these weapons. Surely he's gonna come to his aid.
Yeah, I'm pranking you.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, the taser. Fuck. I still don't fancy his chances against these two guys, even with a taser, but who knows? It might be risky him using this.
There you go. Come on.
Shit, that was quite an exit from the car. Oh no, they're back with a fucking ice drill. This is not going to be good. Oh, he's doing it. Oh shit. Oh shit, his brother's deaf. Fuck, that is the perfect way to work that into the plot. Holy shit. Well done, Lester. I am proud of your survival skills. I know it will be cold, but the bright orange jacket is not going to help you right now. Nor the footprints. Nor the hat. More for stylistic reasons. Lose that shit as well.
Not a taxi service, sir.
What? Just give me a damn ride.
Oh.
Oh shit! That's one way to get a lift back to town. Surely that's a bit of jail time though. You can't just go about jabbing police officers, can you? Have I been missing out?
Yeah. Guy punched me.
It was a very weak jab to your nose, to be honest. He didn't even draw blood. Lucky escape though. How long's this gonna help him? These guys are just gonna come back to town and try and get him again. I just realised he's being like this because of the Adderall. He is flying through his work schedule today.
You think you go down to a car dealership, buy a car with nice? You think the girls at Titty Bar care about nice?
Some of them do. I went out with a stripper once, didn't need to pay her. Wasn't even that nice, I just said hello and shit.
Don't.
I like Dimitri. Seems like a peaceful guy. You know what's funny? I don't know if I've ever told this story to the channel before, but when I had my bearded dragon, one of my friends one night was like, can I feed him? And I was like, yeah, cool. And I had this big burlap sack full of live locusts, which you used to get them out of and then reclose the sack. My friend forgot to close the sack after he fed my bearded dragon, and I woke up in the morning with my entire room like this. It was like I had been given a plague. But they don't seem like locusts, they seem like crickets or grasshoppers.
God, it's real.
Jesus Christ, I've never even seen Michael Myers standing atop a roof like that. He needs to expand his multi-level stalking and watching techniques. His partner looks a bit disappointed in him. Oh shit! Is this all it takes for them to turn on one another? Don't be damaging the jacket.
Malvo. Yeah, he had an alibi, it checked out, but it's him.
I'm sure it's a fake name, but for now I'm gonna try and remember Billy Bob Thornton as Malvo.
How come the human eye can see more shades of green than any other color?
Because of predators.
Yeah, that makes sense, to distinguish predators in the grass.
So what do we do now?
Lester.
Yeah, that's kind of all they have to go on now. They'll be happy to know they have another chance to properly interrogate him now he's jabbed a police officer. And they had a taser on him, which isn't going to look good. Oh my god. Oh my god. Did they get in that fight intentionally in order to get arrested into the same cell as Lester? That's kind of genius if so. Okay, and that was episode 4 of season 1 of Fargo, Eating the Blame, and I will be back in just a minute with my thoughts on that. So, Eating the Blame, what did I think of that? I've said it a few episodes in a row now, but wow, I love this show. The twists and turns it takes are always so entertaining and original. I have no idea from one moment to the next what's going to happen. The first great thing about this episode was Billy Bob Thornton playing the Reverend character 100%. He put on such a different set of mannerisms and vocal cues and vocal tone. If I was the officer arresting him, I would have been questioning whether or not we got the right man as well. He was so convincing in that role, but then obviously they still checked his alibis, which checked out. The one thing I'm confused about in this episode, how could he dupe a phone system? Or was it just that the couple names he gave were linking to people in his network who knew that this may happen and were ready to provide alibis? That's the only thing I can think just now. And we also saw him continuing to fuck with the supermarket king. We got blood last episode. This episode we got, well, it's supposed to be locusts if we're going biblical, but they seemed like crickets or grasshoppers, but good enough, I guess. And that flashback we got to the very beginning of the episode was so interesting because it showed where the guy's devout faith came from and also a big bag of money. Maybe that's how he started his supermarket empire to begin with. But yeah, I think he definitely believes that God is angry at him now and he will pay the ransom money. And poor Colin Hanks having to watch Billy Bob Thornton just walk out of the police station smirking. He did everything right, but again, because of his superiors, just like Solverson, this guy is finding it very easy to navigate round the police. And then Lester getting kidnapped. Like, I knew deep down Lester wasn't going to die, so I knew something would have happened, but I had no idea it was going to be as genius as the brother who can't hear was drilling. He tased the other one, which gave him a window to run away. And then when the cop wouldn't pick him up, he just punched him in the face, so he had to lock him up. Genius. And Lester has low-key had a few good ideas to survive so far in this show. For a guy who was so passive and so much of a pushover, first of all, running into the wall in episode 1 to appear knocked out was pretty genius. And this episode was quite genius as well. Unfortunately, his genius was thwarted by the two henchmen who have been sent to kill the guy who killed Sam Hess because they got into a fight, and I'm assuming they only did it so they would get arrested for a similar crime to be put into a similar cell as Lester, so they themselves pulled off a bit of a genius move. So when you look at it so far, like between Solverson being competent and Colin Hanks' character being competent, Lester being resourceful, Billy Bob Thornton being a genius criminal, and these two henchmen pulling off genius moves, it seems like the only characters really written to be not as smart as they should be is the higher ups in the police force, such as Bob Odenkirk's character, and I guess the supermarket king for getting duped by the scam as well. But yeah, most of the characters in this show are figuring out very smart ways to deal with their problems, and it's really impressive writing because it's showing that just not one person is having the last laugh all the time. Everybody is capable of doing something competent and clever, and it makes it far more interesting because then you get multiple people who are capable of doing a genius move coming up against one another, so you don't know who's going to win by the end. Like, if I'm putting money on it now, I think Lester will survive the series. I think Billy Bob Thornton might survive the series, or he will at least survive till the very end. I don't have much faith in the henchmen surviving the series, or at least both of them. I have zero confidence in Bob Odenkirk's police chief ever doing anything competent, and I expect Solverson to eventually solve the case along with Colin Hanks. That would be my predictions for how this season's gonna go. I could be completely wrong though. Regardless, this show is amazing. I say it every week. I might continue to say it every week. I'm entitled to say it every week if I want. And so far, this show has been nothing but great, and I feel like constantly reiterating the point that I am enjoying this shit so much. It is so cleverly written, so greatly filmed. I love the dialogue, the acting, the twists and turns of the story, and everything in between. And it is just such great television, and I'm so happy that I got to watch this after it not really even being on my radar, to be honest. I'm interested as to what the viewing figures for this show are, because it certainly deserves to have a large fan base. And as always, I cannot wait to see what happens next week. If you've liked this video, click like, subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this, ring the bell to be notified as to when they drop. If there's anything you want to talk about, comment down below, and share this around to anyone you think might appreciate it or want to watch these reactions along with us. My Patreon link is down in the description. If you become a patron, you get access to my blog, you get access to these reactions I put on YouTube a month and a half in advance, and you also get access to full-length versions of everything I react to. So consider becoming a patron. It helps me and my channel out so much, and until next time, I have been BA. Peace.